is painful for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one context. Here's the other one I see that tragically happens a lot is the dog's on a couch or a bed, you know, the owner's bed, and maybe the owner doesn't want them up there or something like that. But the dog is simply just looking for comfort. Like, so that's why that's good. Good shout out to the Barker beds that you showed in the beginning. Comfortable place to rest because they're seeking out, just like us as humans, we want to go, you know, lay in bed after a tough workout or being sore or in pain ourselves. You know, and so if somebody comes over and tries to say, hey, get off that bed, you know, move it off that bed because I don't want you to be dominant or turn into the alpha dog or all these other misnomers, then what do we do next? Sometimes people do things even more tragically. They grab the collar and be like, get off the bed. And so, and then the dog growls at them or something like that. And then it's blamed on dominance or some other spiteful or willful or stubborn label we give it. But that's absolutely not the case. And think about tragic if it goes further, right? And that person's like, okay, on the advice of my trainer or something I read online, I'm going to pin the dog down and tell him I'm boss, you know, something like that. So now you're making the pain even worse. And the dog responds in an aggressive manner, and it's blamed on those labels of stubborn, dominant, and all those other things. So that's a very common one I see, where simply an owner's just trying to get the dog to move off of something or point A to point B, and they do it physically, or they escalate their force, or you know, they start to punish the dog, and that never ends up well, right? Dogs always say, I don't feel like moving today. I'm going to let you know with my teeth.
Yeah, and that's, you know, it's that you're taking away their other options to be able to display that or try and communicate that behavior to you, because they've already tried that, but we've misinterpreted it as that stubbornness, as that dominance. And actually it's just them going, please don't make me get out of bed. My knee's really sore today. I just want to stay here. This is, you know, this is the comfiest place for me. And it's why I know one of the things that CAM really talks about for our owners, and it's within our kind of management pack, is talking about kind of indicators of pain that are specific to that individual dog, because that then helps you guys as owners be able to identify when your dog is actually having a bad day. So a dog I saw today, for example, the way the owner could tell me that they were feeling better versus worse was how they were stepping up onto the sofa. So the fact they were using each paw individually rather than bunny hopping on the back legs. And it takes that really good understanding of what's normal for your dog to be able to recognize when things are starting to go wrong. But actually then, as a vet, it's amazing if you can come in and point those little things out to me, because it means we can get in there, help with the things that we need to do, make sure there isn't a source of pain before we start escalating things up into the situations that Michael's talking about. So, you know, it might seem like nothing, but actually those tiny little nuggets of information, so useful for us to be able to get that proper, you know, really good detailed history and make sure that we are giving you A, the most appropriate advice for your patient, but also B, the tools to recognize what's actually going on with your dog and learn to speak their language, you know, have that bit of a two-way communication with them.
That's the key phrase you just said there too, is that, you know, learn to speak their language, because over the last maybe decade or so, a lot more has come, a lot more information has kind of reached the masses about dog body language and what they might be communicating.